I traveled for 20 days through Egypt, one of the greatest experiences of my life. And when I was there in Egypt, I was treated like a prince the entire time. And when I say treated like a prince, to give you a quick story, I went to Mount Sinai, and I climbed Mount Sinai, right? And I loved talking to the locals, and I loved finding out more about the culture. That was just me. I just loved that sort of thing. I loved to travel. And I got to Mount Sinai, and I made friends with the manager of the place I was staying, and he thought it was one of the greatest things in the world. And I started climbing Mount Sinai. Now, you start climbing at 1 o'clock in the morning. And the reason you do that is because when you reach the top of Mount Sinai, you get there just before sunrise. So you're on top of Mount Sinai in Egypt watching the sun come up. It's one of the coolest things ever, right? Well, I started climbing 1 o'clock. About 2:30, 3 o'clock, I hear this voice, John. And if you don't think hearing that on Mount Sinai was trippy. But it wasn't God, it was the manager of the hotel running up the mountain to give me a coat because he thought I was going to be cold. That's how I was treated the entire time I was in Egypt. I came down from Mount Sinai the next day. I went to St. Catherine's Monastery, old Byzantine monastery at the base. And I went into the monastery, and I walked through the monastery, and suddenly I hear this, hey, you're American, aren't you? I turn around, there's this other American guy, and he says, I said, yeah, I sure am. He says, yeah, me too. Have you been having problems since you've been here? I said, no, man, everybody's treating me like a prince. He said, everywhere I go, people want to fight me. And 5 minutes later, I wanted to kick that guy's butt. He was just a jerk, right? The reality of it is, what you put out, you are going to receive. I was receiving a really great experience in Egypt because I was putting out a really great experience for the people I was working with, people I was talking to. He was getting people wanting to fight him because he was a jerk, because of the idea that he was just putting out that exact thing. He was putting out that. You can treat people with respect if they are a customer, a client, or the person sitting next to you.